What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a paint video for you guys, but first I have an air tank that I want to add on to my existing air supply. So let's go ahead and start off with that. I want to show you guys the air tank. So here I have my old air compressor from Harbor Freight, the Central Pneumatic, 21 gallons with a 2.5 horsepower and a maximum air pressure of 125 psi. So this is a single phase, which has the motor attached to the compressor, single piston. It should have a breather right here, but pulls in air, compresses it, pumps it down through this pipe right here, through the coupler, down into the tank. This little pipe right here is once the tank has the maximum air pressure of 125 psi, it'll shut off the compressor. And if in case it goes over that pressure, it also has a blow-off valve. And right here it has a air pressure gauge. Right here it should either have a coupler for your air tools or air pressure regulator. But my plan for this is to just get rid of all this, the motor, compressor, pipings, everything, and just clean out the tank and use that. Attach it to my current air supply, which at the end of this wall I have a Central Pneumatic 29 gallon, which is a 110 volt motor, belt driven compressor, which is a dual piston, and a maximum air pressure of 155 psi. So right here it comes through this 1/2 inch PVC pipe rated at 600 psi, something like that. It has a few couplings right here, adapters or whatever, down to a whip hose with a swivel. So the whip hose just loops around here and attaches to the water separator and desiccant dryer, and just to a coupler to my air hose. So my plan with this tank is just to disconnect it from here, the whip hose, and attach that one onto the tank, onto this threaded pipe. And then on this side, just get some adapters or reducers, whatever. That way I can get another whip hose, which I already have one. Get the whip hose from there, connect it down here, and just continue from there. Okay guys, so it took me a minute to figure this out, but check it out. So it comes through here, the air, and it comes through this blue line in here. So I also put some water and some dish soap. I sprayed it here and I don't have any leaks. So this is where it comes in. And I just cover it with that grip right there. And now this one, this is where it comes out. And I just used this whip hose right here. This one doesn't have any swivel right there like that. So on this end, I connected one of the hose couplers. And on this side, is the mount end. But that's it, connected back onto the separator and dryer. And here's where I connect my air hose. So the tank is a 21 gallon plus, let's go check out the other one. Okay, so here's the other one. This is the central pneumatic. Right now it's the other way, but this is 29 gallon, 2 horsepower. And of course it's the one with the 110 motor, drive belt, and then the compressor with 2 pistons. And that's the one that's pumping air into our tank. So from here, this is the tank air pressure, and then the regulator, but I have it all the way opened. And same, I have a whip hose right here with a swivel, and it goes out into the back. So in total we have 29 plus 21, so we have 50 gallons. I also came down here and drained out the water from inside the tank, which we saw in the separator. It was a little bit dirtier here than it was over there, so yep, and we still have good oil. Alright, so check it out. I went ahead and modified the wooden stand to hold 2 of these test fenders. This one here is the Lagoon Blue with the teal effect, and this one is the it was a color shift, I'm not sure, over black and white on the bottom. Okay, so I have a RUSTOLEUM. This is the 2X paint and primer and ultra matte black. So what I went ahead and did was on the spray cap, you see, I went ahead and took off the needle, like the jet basically for the cap, just over here. So what I did, I got a screw, just any ordinary screw. This right here is a drywall screw, coarse thread, maybe about 1 5/8 or so. But I went ahead and screwed it onto the jet basically of the spray cap, and I just pulled it out, and that's what's inside. So basically it gathers the paint from behind, throws it through those little veins off, like they run through the sides to the center, and then with the pressure of like the air pressure, it sprays it out through the tiny needle hole right here, maybe like a jet I would call it. In carburetors we call them jets, but it'll spray the air and the paint pressurized, so you know, with that fine little hole, it'll just atomize it real nice. Without that, this if you spray it, it'll still spray, just not as refined. And so if you apply light pressure, it'll spray out some droplets, some pretty decent sized droplets of paint, and that's what we're after right now. So on this side I have the this is Lagoon by this is Lagoon Blue by RUSTOLEUM. We had also sprayed a coat of aqua over it in the Clearcoat. So I went ahead and sanded. I'm going to use this color, so I sanded it down with I think it's like 1000 grit. But right here we have this hole. You know, this is a rust hole. It's a test fender. But I was thinking what I could do to make use of it. So I went ahead and cut out this rat or mouse or whatever. I'm going to put it somewhere around here. I don't want to put it too close to the hole, but I'm going to put them around right here with this body line and just create something creative. All right, I turned it over to the light so you guys can see it. But basically just let my creativity flow out, and some landed on my shoe and on my pants. So just get creative. So check out this rat right here, or mouse. What I wanted was this black paint to kind of cover it a little bit. I'm not sure if more, but I want to take off the decal and just let the rat right there. I probably should have darkened up this hole a little bit more. I don't have any nails. Okay. All right, so for the clear coat, I'm using this one. This is the Platinum Clear. That's the brand. I found this on eBay, and this is a 4 parts clear, 1 part activator, so it's a 4-to-1 mix. High gloss clear. So just like the last clear coat that I was using, I found it at a deal. So what I did, I bought 2 kits. You know, sometimes prices are subject to change, supply and demand. If there's a high demand for it and it runs out, you know, whatever supply is left, you know, prices can change. So I did the same deal here. I went ahead and bought 2 kits. Check this out. I have another gallon of clear coat plus another quart of activator right there, just to make sure that I have enough to make either experiments or a full car perhaps. But so yeah, this is the clear that I'm going to use, not the whole 2 gallons, of course, just a sample, but so we can know how it works. we're going to be using the Ghost series from Eye Candy Pigments. Now I'm going to be using two different colors, Ghost Red and Ghost Violet. Now for these look like white, but if you spray this over a white base, you will get a effect, like for instance a red effect or a violet effect when the sun hits it. Now if you spray it over a black base, let's just say you spray this over black, it turns the black into red, or let's just say violet. So we're gonna go ahead and play with these. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some Ghost Red over the white fender with some black detail, and then I'm gonna spray the Ghost Violet over the Lagoon fender with the black details, and see what comes out. This should be an interesting experiment. Alright, so here's without the light first. The lagoon, and then over here what we painted with black, you could still see that it turned purple. So that's just the pearl. You know, when it hits the black base, the pigments like reflect more of the color. And this is still like the lagoon, but on a white one, it doesn't really affect it at all color wise. Until the sun hits it, then it'll give you an effect. Now let me turn on the flash. Boom. Alright, first let's look over here. The color, of course it has texture because the black was just dripped over, but look at the color. You know, this was just black a few minutes ago. And we have the rat. So when it hides in the shade, it turns black. Like, see how it looks black right here because the LED is still hitting it, but it looks black. But once the sun hits it, boom, looks purple. Look at the rat hole. You see? So the effect is pretty cool. Over here on the lagoon, we have, I saw like a really nice, like right here in this corner, the pearl laid out pretty good right there. On some over here, I didn't do a good job laying it because the clear is so thin. It's so watered down, not watered down, but like it's so thin. I had 2.25 turns or something, and it just, you know, sprayed all of it like almost immediately. So I needed to shut down the fluid and then just lay some lighter coats, or I don't know. I don't think I added a lot of pearl, a lot of pigment. It's about 3-4 grams, I would say, onto about those 5 ounces of clear, which I was trying to go for the 25 grams per 1 quart of you know, Clearcoat as the color shift, but this isn't a color shift. I think for the effect, I'm just saying like it could either have less pearl or just go a little bit tighter, like a little bit less fluid on the passes, because this one just sprayed out everything. So I don't know if I have any like modeling. There's condensed sections of pigments. But like right here, we'll see the color very nicely. And then over here, I don't know if it needed or something. But So yeah, I would just say like light coats, more coats, more light coats instead of like one or two heavy coats, because just for make sure that everything is uniform. Over here on this side, I think whatever I learned from that side, I'm going to bring it over here to this side. And but this side I'm going to spray the ghost red. So just I'm probably going to add about the same amount of pigment, but just close the fluid and just give lighter passes, you know. And it was just 5 ounces that I sprayed of clear on that side, so it's basically like 1-2 coats. Okay, first coat. All right, turn on the flash and check that out. Certain angles, you see it looks black when the light doesn't hit it. All right, we'll look for an angle. It's because the LEDs on top are, but check that out. Check out the red, that's ghost red. So on the white, you know, we can see that. Well, on this one I sprayed it a little bit more consistent, more even though it was just 2 coats. So it's just an effect. The fender or the car would still be white, but once the and also depends how many coats, how many grams of red ghost you add, but it'll give you a nice like little effect whenever the car passes by. So it's not just white, but if it's on black, you know, it changes color. Like over here, it didn't do much with the lagoon. It's still lagoon, but the black just totally changed it to this purple, this violet. Yeah, so on this one, I think we just went too heavy on the first coat, but it still looks nice. I'm just talking about like over here on what doesn't change, like the color. So it looks and then there's some effect right here. So, but like I said, just experimental fenders right here, and the colors look fantastic. Even the color clash, like the lagoon, it's like an aqua or lagoon blue, something like that, and then to a purple. And then here, this color looks pretty cool. Not entirely red, like blood red, but it's like this burgundy color. Maybe it is red, but you know, it changes to black on the dark. That looks really cool.
Tomorrow.
All right, so this right here is at least a good 3 feet. So right here we have a nice view of the paint. Now if you come like really close and you want to inspect the paint, you can't see like the little bit of texture from the drops as they overlapped. Uh, but we can, you know, just scuff up the area, just sand it and throw a few more layers of clear. And like I said, the pearls are supposed to be an inner coat, but this is just examples, but it is possible to do it just with the clear. Um, on the letters, there were just vinyls. You can see a little bit where I scratched to remove the vinyl on, I think on each letter. Um, the black was still a little bit wet when I was trying to take off the decals. And then pigments right here. I was trying to go for bigger droplets, you know, that way I can not have so much of the overspray. But I was afraid to squeeze it like too much and then, shoot out like spraying paint. I just want the drop effect. But still looks very, very nice. And on the sun, you know, like the white, I mean, with the sun, you can see a little bit of the effect. And like I said, this was 2 coats. And I think it was about 3 grams, give or take. It was about 3 grams on those 5 ounces. So that's about following the. Hold on. All right, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a long one. I just started on the compressor tank and I decided to paint something which was kind of long. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the links for the clear coats used, some of the pearls used or materials, whatever. And if you guys have any questions about mixing or spraying, I'll do a video about properly adjusting the spray gun. But if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments section below. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.